Hi, everybody. It is Monday, December 2nd. Man, this year's almost behind us. Unbelievable. It's going to be a busy one. Maureen, my wife's birthday is on the 10th. Our anniversary is the 16th, and then Christmas. So it's a jumping month. And then January is going to hit really hard. I'm really excited about it. Only thing that's not looking cool is I may not be able to go to the NAMM show in January because I'm going to be heading to the UK with Lyle Lovett. And the acoustic group, I think we're probably leaving around the 15th or so of January, somewhere around then. And we're gigging from the 17th to the 27th. And then I come back, and then I'm going to start rehearsals for the Grammy premiere show, which will be on the 2nd of February. And just before we do that, I just got a call to do a project like the day after I get back from the UK for a day or two. And then we do the Grammy show on the 2nd, and on the 4th, probably on the 3rd, we'll fly there, but we go to Galveston and start the acoustic tour, which will be out until about the 11th of March. And then I have another project right after that. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that next year's already lining up to be a busy year. And so I'm excited about that. I put out the notice that the clubhouse is going to be this coming Wednesday, the 4th. There's a little bit of confusion. I just heard from Baz this morning, and he had set up a Zoom on the 4th also. So I wrote to him, but as of now, I'm going to say we are on for the 4th with the clubhouse. And so I look forward to that. And let's see what else. Just a lot of stuff to do. I'm just, I always say that, a moving target's harder to hit. So I just keep moving as much as I can, keep dancing. I'm going to go back and visit a project that I did. I heard something the other day from on the radio of his, and I was always a big fan. And when I had a chance to work with him, it was a real treat. And I did a video long time ago. And sometimes rather than trying to dig back into them, it's just easier to do a little bit of an encore and do some songs that I didn't feature before and talk a little bit about it. And that artist is Mac Davis. I loved working with Mac. We had such a good time in the studio, and he was telling me all kinds of stories. Like one of the things that was really great was there was always talk about kind of what a klutz President Gerald Ford was. He'd fall down the stairs of Air Force One and all kinds of crap like that. But Mac told me I think it was in Palm Springs, he was doing a celebrity golf tournament. And he was paired up with President Ford, and they're driving along in their golf cart, and they stop, and this girl comes over and asks them if they would like something to drink, and a couple of Cokes or something like that. And as she's starting to hand them to him, Ford grabs his and drops it and spills it in his lap. And Mac Davis said, "Hey, I'm just sitting there looking, and here's the President of the United States looking like he had just peed his pants." It's like he's going, "It's true. It's really true." It was funny, yeah, but he had so many stories. He was such a talented guy. And the weirdest experience was we did an album over at Capitol Records, I remember in Capital A. And who was, trying to remember who was on that. But well, it'll come to me. But so we did this record, and it was kind of like 9 Inch Nails. I mean, it was like really kind of like Johnny Cash's last album, which really went to another place with him. And so we did this album, and it was one of those things we all look at each other and went, "This is so cool. This is really amazing." And when they presented it to the label said, "This is fantastic. Who is it?" And they said, "Well, this is Mac Davis." And they went, "We can't release that. His fans won't understand this. They won't, appreciate this." And literally it got shelved. And every time I would talk to Mac after that, we would just both go, "That album, that really should have been released. And then it never got there, and then Mac passed away. So it was, it's sitting somewhere, but it's really heartbreaking when you do a project that's really that cool, and nothing comes of it. And I've done a number of those that got shelved, and we all just kind of went, I can't believe that didn't get released. It's so good. We're not in charge of it. We just make them. After that, it's up to them. So the album I'm going to go back and visit a couple more tunes on. It was called Burnin' Thing from 1975. And this, again, is Mac Davis. And let me give you the credits again on this. It was arranged by Nick DeCaro, who I worked with a great deal. I shared bass duties on this with the great Riney Press. So we were the bass players on this. The incredible Tommy Morgan's playing harmonica. It was contracted by Frank DeCaro, Nick DeCaro's brother, who was one of the main contractors during that period in town. I worked for him a great deal. Ron Tutt, who I did a lot of records with, but he was known a great deal as Elvis's drummer, and then he went on to work with so many different people. But Ronnie is no longer with us, but he was one of the best around town. On guitar, we had Al Casey, James Burton, Jerry Cole, Jerry McGee, and Jesse Ed Davis. Don't get better than that. Some other harmonica playing on this was by Mac Davis. It was piano on this was David Foster, Larry Mahobrak, and Mark Jordan. Slide guitar is David Lindley. Steel guitar is Al Perkins. Don Henderson engineered it. It was produced by Gary Klein, who I did a number of records with also, and mastered by the great Doug Sachs. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there was any other. Now, let's just go ahead and play a couple of tunes here. This one is called A Special Place in Heaven. And I'm going to set my speaker down here, and we're going to listen to some music of Mac Davis.
Deserve a whole lot more than I could give to you if I should live 200 years. After all the times I went and made you cry, you always dried your eyes and stayed right here. You gave your love to me so sweetly and never asked for nothing but a smile. You gave your love to me completely, and I've taken you for granted all the while. There'll be a special place in heaven where very special dreams come true. There'll be a special place in heaven waiting for very special angels like you. I remember times when I was sinking low. You always came to show the right way out. And ever since the day you said you'd be my wife, I've come to see what life is all about. So as I lay and watch you sleeping and touch your face with trembling hands, don't worry if you should awake and catch me weeping. I'm just crying 'cause I'm so proud to be your man. There'll be a special place in heaven where very special dreams come true. There'll be a special place
I was just looking while I was listening to that. I think my other video about this project with Mac was number 737. So it was about 1,000 videos ago. If you want to go check it out, there's probably a bunch more information on that. I try not to be too redundant, but I didn't, go back and listen to it. I just double checked on the songs that I had done because I didn't want to repeat those. Here's a song called "The Hits Just Keep On Coming." I'm going to see if there's any additional info on this rascal, and it does not look like it, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Here we go. The hits just keep on coming.
Well, who cares if I ain't got a date on Saturday night? No particular place to go. I'll just jump in my Ford and boogie down the boulevard and listen to my radio. Tune in my favorite DJ, and I know that he'll play all of my favorite songs. And let the hits just keep on coming all night long. I wanna hear a little rock and roll, the rhythm and blues, and something with a boogie beat. And if you're feeling it right, you know that I just might get out and boogie in the street. So won't you play me some Elvis and some Elton John, some old Beatles and some Rolling Stones, and let the hits just keep on coming all night long. Well, I'll go cruising down the boulevard, but not too fast, 'cause it don't take long to burn $1 worth of gas. Sing along with the radio and have a time, 'cause if the music is right, you can't help but feel fine. Mr. DJ, please, won't you put my mind at ease? Maybe something that'll turn me on. And let the hits just keep on coming all night long. Well, I'll go cruising down the boulevard, but not too fast, 'cause it don't take long to burn $1 worth of gas. Sing along with the radio and have a time, 'cause if the music is right, you can't help but feel fine. Hey, Mr. DJ, say, won't you please play all of my favorite songs, and let the hits just keep on coming all night long.
It's great. He just was so much fun to work with, and just totally has it. There's an element of, like, for me, that was like kind of got some of that Tony Joe White in there too. But I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, and I think I was working with Mac Davis at the time, and oh God, some other people, and there was like all kinds of cross collateralization in terms of who they all knew and hung with and stuff. So it was a real interesting period. Here's just one more here. You're going to love yourself in the morning. They'll let you interpret that the way you want. Here we go.
Heaven knows that some man has abused you. I guess that's why you think I'm gonna use you.
But the phone was
You say
ringing.
you hate
Sorry.
yourself in the morning 'cause you wake up and I'll be gone. But if you'll give me just one more chance,
Some weird tonality
I
there.
can prove you wrong. You're gonna love yourself in the morning, 'cause I'm gonna love you all night long. You're gonna love yourself in the morning, every morning from now on. I know what you're thinking, I don't blame you. It's gonna take a whole lot of love to change you. But when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna feel like a different girl. You will see it can be such a beautiful world. You're gonna love yourself in the morning. I'm gonna love you all night long. You're gonna love yourself in the morning, every morning from now on. You're gonna love yourself in the morning. I'm gonna love you all night long. You're gonna love yourself in the morning, every morning from now on. You're gonna love yourself in the morning. I'm gonna love you all night long. You're gonna love yourself in the morning.
I got a little more info here. The album that we did that never got released was produced by Jack Nietzsche. Jack was a really unique arranger in this town, and it was really a pleasure to be in the studio with him. His vision for that album was something really quite unique, along with Mac. But I'm going to read a little bio about Mac too here, just a little more involved with this presentation. Morris Mac Davis was an American songwriter, singer, performer, and actor. A native of Lubbock, Texas, he enjoyed success as a crossover artist. And during his early career, he wrote for Elvis Presley, providing him with his hits Memories, In the Ghetto. That was not a small hit. Don't Cry Daddy, and A Little Less Conversation. A subsequent solo career in the 70s produced hits such as Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me. Davis also starred in his own variety show, a Broadway musical, and various films and TV shows. Once Davis was settled in Atlanta, he organized a rock and roll group called the Zots, Z-O-T-S, and made 2 singles for OEK Records, managed and promoted by OEK owner Oscar Kilgo. Davis also worked with the VJ Record Company, home of R&B stars such as Gene Chandler, Jerry Butler, and Dee Clark, as a regional manager, and later became a regional manager for Liberty Records. Davis became famous as a songwriter and got his start as an employee of Nancy Sinatra's company's Boots Enterprises, Inc. Davis was with Boots for several years in the late 60s. During this time, he played on many of Sinatra's recordings, and she worked him into her stage shows. Boots Enterprises also acted as Davis's publishing company, publishing songs such as In the Ghetto, Friend, Lover, Woman, Wife, Home, and Memories, which were recorded by Elvis Presley, Nancy Sinatra, B.J. Thomas, and many others. During a short time span, David used the pseudonym Scott Davis for songwriting purposes, borrowing from the name given of his son to avoid confusion with the renowned songwriter Mac David. Davis left Boots Enterprises in 1970 to sign with Columbia Records, taking his songs with him. One of the songs he wrote in 1968, called A Little Less Conversation, was recorded by Elvis Presley and became a posthumous success for Presley years later. Presley also recorded Davis's In the Ghetto in sessions in Memphis. Mac Davis eventually recorded the tune after Presley's version became a success and was released on Ronco in Concert compilation in 1975. Presley continued to record more of Mac Davis's material, such as Memories, Don't Cry Baby, and Clean Up Your Own Backyard. Bobby Goldsboro also recorded some of Davis's songs, including Watching Scotty Grow, which became a #1 adult contemporary success for Goldsboro in 1971. Other artists who recorded his material included Vicky Carr, O.C. Smith, Kenny Rogers, and the First Edition. I Believe in Music, often considered Davis's signature songs, recorded by several artists, included Marion Love, B.J. Thomas, Louis Jordan, Perry Como, Helen Reddy, Lynn Anderson, and David himself, before it finally became a success in 1972 for the group Gallery. During the 70s, many of his songs crossed over successfully, scoring in both country and popular music charts, including Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me, a #1 Grammy-nominated success. One Hell of a Woman made it to 11, Stop and Smell the Roses, #9. Also during the 70s and 80s, he was very active as an actor, appearing in several movies, including 79's North Dallas 40, as well as hosting a successful variety show. He co-wrote the song Time Flies with Rivers Cuomo, which appeared on Weezer's Hurley album in 2013. He was part of the Los Angeles writing and producing team that created the hit Young Girls for Bruno Mars. Davis also wrote and collaborated with Swedish DJ and music producer Avicii, I'm not sure you pronounce that, penning the song Addicted to You for Avicii's debut solo album, True. They performed the song Black and Blue together at the Ultra Music Festival in Miami in 2013. It goes on and on. I mean, he was awarded the Academy of Country Music's Entertainer of the Year, all kinds of stuff. It's got a lot in here about his acting from 74 to 76. He had his own television series on NBC, The Mac Davis Show. He made his first feature film debut opposite Nick Nolte in the football film North Dallas 40, and was listed as one of the 12 promising new actors of 79 by Screen World magazine. In 1980, Davis hosted an episode of The Muppet Show. He performed Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me and Hard to Be Humble and I Believe in Music. He also starred in 1981 comedy Cheaper to Keep Her, playing a divorced detective who worked for a neurotic feminist attorney. In 1983, he appeared in The Sting 2 as Jake Hooker, a young relative of Johnny Hooker, portrayed by Robert Redford in The Sting. Let's see. God, there's so many different things. He was married 3 times. His marriages produced 3 children. At 21, he married Fran Cook from Georgia. Their son, Joel Scott, was born a year later. Davis shifted from playing in rock bands to learning the music business while working at Liberty Records in the publishing division. The Liberty job got him to Los Angeles and made it easier to pitch his own tunes to record producers. One day, Fran decided to do her own thing, and she wanted me to do mine. They divorced, and she went back to Atlanta. Then it just had that he, in 79, he started to date a young Lisa Gerard. They married in 83 when she was 25, and they had 2 children. They remained married until Davis's death at the age of 78 on September 29th, 2020, after heart surgery. Sad, but there's a whole lot more in here about him. But Mac was really a delightful guy to spend time with and work with, and I feel very fortunate to have gotten to work with people like Mac. So that's that. I'm gonna get out of here. I got a lot to do today, as I'm sure everybody else does. So Clubhouse this coming Wednesday, and I'm just going to wish everybody all the very best. And it's just it's good to be here doing this. I love it every day. So take good care. I'm going to go out and check the plumber now. My water main to my yard burst, and so I've got them, my front yard is dug up and they're replacing pipe right now, so I'm going to get out and see how that's going. Being a homeowner always has that other side of it, so here we go. So talk to you later.